Okay. Here's a song. Now!
What have you done? Fell off your chair.
I keep trying to the door. Grab me guitar, please.
Right, I've got it.
Something's not broke.
That's not broke. Look like it.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Pickin on Brandon. Today we have Dave Joseph. How are you today, Dave?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So, Dave was on the video that you just seen and heard. Currently, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, but I believe it's at 6.2 million views currently. Is that correct?
Last time I looked, yes.
Okay.
And that's coming up for about a year ago, so I've no idea what now.
Yeah.
That was just on Twitter.
Oh, okay. And this blew up basically overnight when a former footballer and soccer, as we call it here in the States, player Peter Crouch, is that his name, shared the video to Twitter?
Yeah. And a comedian, Ricky Gervais,
Mm-hmm.
and also the bass player out of Deep Purple, Glenn Hughes.
Oh, wow.
And with them three, obviously with their followings, it just went viral.
Right.
You know, what I did is I went to shut the door because the dog was in and out, and he either stays in or goes out. So I rolled my chair back fast and leaned over to shut the door. And the chair toppled. And I banged the head. I kept holding the guitar, and I come out with words like, "Oh, darn, I just fell," or words to that effect. So, yeah, there it was. And just after, I'd sent it to a few friends because of COVID just starting up.
Right.
To cheer them up. And somebody had the flashy genius to put it on Twitter. I wasn't even on Twitter. And somebody contacted me and said, "Hey, Dave, have you seen this on Twitter?" So I said, "I'm not on Twitter." I said, "No, just have a look." So I had a look, and then I was getting messages from all over the place. The Kelly Clarkson show, the people from there, they contacted me. They wanted me to do a live video. So I was preparing all day, and I had to take down pictures, because of copyright. I had to sign a disclaimer that I wasn't getting paid and this, that, and the other. And I was practicing. Then they said, "Right, you've got 15 seconds of music to play." And I went, "Takes me longer to tune up. Come on." So I did that, and then John Bon Jovi was on after, and she'd said, "What do you think, John?" He says, "Oh, the guy needs his own channel." But there was a lot of it cut out. That was cut out, and me playing guitar at the end was cut out. It wasn't aired in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
and I was quite upset about that. I could show it people, but I couldn't share it with anyone because it was coded. So none of my friends here got to see it. And I've asked them if they can redo it, and they said no. Why they couldn't air it in the UK, I'll never know.
Huh.
Unless, it's copyright or something like that.
Right. It probably was.
So that was it. We have a really big music store here in the UK called PMT, Professional Music Technology. And I've been going in there for years and years. Those guys contacted me and asked me if I'd like to do a live video and have a jam along with this guy called Dagan, fantastic guitarist. So I did that, and then they thanked me, and then lo and behold, Dagan contacted me and said, "Give us your address, we want to send you a nice card for, as a way of thank you." So I said, "Oh, right, okay." and it was £100 gift voucher to spend in the store.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I thought, oh, brilliant! So I just stocked up with strings, you know, like you do. I've done a few radio interviews, a couple in Ireland, you know, which were great, but no monies.
Oh man. So, do strangers recognize you in public from this viral video? Has anybody come up to you and been like, "Hey, you're that guy"?
No, not at all. I mean, friends have contacted me and said, "Oh, I've seen you on this," and someone said they saw me on some Sky football thing. I'm not into football, so I wouldn't know, you know. So I said, "All right," and then somebody said, "Oh, I've seen this. You're on this, Dave, and you're on that, and you're on the other, and God, you must be raking it." And I says, "I wish." You know. I mean, you know, the whole idea was I used to, you know, record my songs or backing tracks, or download royalty-free backing tracks, or I'd write my own. And I wanted to get my music out there, but not in that way.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with people seeing that video, a lot of them are saying, "Well, can you play?" And I got people from America, Canada, Australia, all over the world saying, "Check this guy out, he can play." I mean, that's them saying it, not me. You know, I just play a bit, you know, but these guys, I've got friends requests, and, you know, somebody said tonight, "Look, we should club together and get you another chair because it's going to happen again."
Yeah. So did you have any damage to the guitar at all, or was it perfectly fine?
No, not even a scratch.
Wow.
And I think what it was is because when I went back, I kind of held my guitar tight to my chest and pushed the neck away. So my head took the brunt of it and my back. And even though the headstock hit the piano, it didn't. If it had been holding it loosely, I think it'd have.
Yeah.
You know. And somebody said, "Oh, Gibson should contact you about that, and, you know, to show that Gibson necks are stronger than they are, and they should, you know, give you a Gibson or two." I said, "Contact them then, yeah, please."
Oh,
that'd be great. That'd be wonderful.
So I've watched quite a few of your videos that you've got up just on your Facebook page. And you have a pretty nice collection. You've got some pretty nice guitars. Yeah.
What it was, I've been married, it'll be 6 years on Christmas Eve this year. And when I met my wife, you know, I was smoking normal cigarettes, and they were like going up to £7 a packet, or, you know, the more now, the more than £10. And she smokes hand rolling tobacco. So she says, "Well, why don't you smoke these? They're a hell of a lot cheaper." And I worked out I was spending over £50 a week on cigarettes. So I switched. So when me saving that, I was putting it in a jar, or well, it was a tin that you had to use a tin opener to get it out, and I was just stuffing £50 in there every week, and this and the other, and it got really heavy. And I opened it one day, and there was like just over £700 in there. So I thought, I'm having that Brian May guitar. So that's what I keep doing. I mean, I don't drink now. After that falling off the chair, I've not drank, you know, for about 6 months now. I drink alcohol-free lager.
Yeah.
It's cheaper. It tastes like you've had a beer. It feels like you've had a beer, but no demons and, you know, falling over.
Man, I tell you what, I've watched that video 1,000 times, and it never gets old, man.
I think the best one for me, there's a guy in America.
Yeah.
And he breaks it down. Guitar Fails, it's called.
Yeah.
And that guy can hardly breathe through laughing. I've been trying to contact him and ask him if he wants to do a follow-up like we're doing now, you know, but nobody's got back to me. It'd be really nice if he did. You know,
are you talking about the Music Is Win guy, Tyler Larson? Because
I I think so. Yeah.
He done a Guitar Fails video and had you on it. Man, he couldn't breathe. He was laughing so hard.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
He actually lives pretty close to me. He lives in Nashville, and I'm about an hour away from Nashville.
Yeah. Right. I mean, if you could reach out to him and ask him, tell him I'd be up for a live interview, it might boost his ratings.
Oh, yeah. I've thought about trying to contact him myself to do a podcast along with him.
Yeah.
So if I ever do that, I'll mention you as well and see if we can get that put. Maybe all three of us can get on at one time.
Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. But I'm not falling over again.
Yeah. Oh, man. So who's some of your favorite guitarists? Like any? Just name them all.
Just 1 second, the pitch. I got off the chair this time. Favourite guitarist from being a kid was Brian May, and still is, for the guitar harmonies. I mean, nobody comes close. And hello. He's made an appearance. I'm not falling this time. And Gary, right, enough. Takami, enough. Gary Moore, definitely. Just let me get him out.
Okay.
Come on. Don't you growl at me. Ask to have the last word. Brian May, Gary Moore, Stevie Ray Vaughan. There's loads and loads. I mean, even bass players, Glenn Hughes, Iron Maiden, Steve Harris. That's it. But loads of different guitarists. Mm-hmm. But mainly Brian May and Gary Moore.
I went and seen. You mentioned Iron Maiden. I went and seen Iron Maiden about 2 years ago. It was right before the COVID stuff had started. And man, those guys still have it. They sounded like they did 20 years ago. I mean, they were amazing. And their props that they use, if you've never seen them live, man, you've got to. They were amazing. It blew my mind.
Iron Maiden would have, I started off late going to concerts. Iron Maiden were the very first live band I ever saw.
Oh, really?
At the Apollo Theatre in Manchester. And that was the Somewhere in Time tour. Mm-hmm. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Like you say, it was, I mean, to come out there with my ears ringing.
Yeah.
But fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
They've never changed. I mean, the new album they've just done now, I noticed the style's changed a bit, but it's lovely, an acoustic.
Yeah.
Is it called Writing on the Wall or something?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a really cool.
And I also like the fact that when one of the guitarists left for a while, they got in another one, and now they got three. Mm-hmm. Still with Dave Murray, and he's brilliant. 3 guitarists.
Oh yeah,
all playing in harmony.
Yeah, I really liked it, man. When he brought out that flamethrower. And I was pretty far away. I mean, they were so far away from me that I was actually looking at the big screen up top more than I was actually looking at them. And I could feel the heat off of that thing, man. It was amazing. The whole show was just amazing. They was doing things that I'd never seen before out of a show.
Was that inside or outside?
It was inside. It was at Nashville in a big arena.
I'm surprised they'd allow something like that.
Yeah.
Pyrotechnics or flames, and
Oh yeah, the flame that was coming off of that thing, it was reaching out so far, dude. It was nuts. Yeah. So, what's some of your favorite gear and guitars and amps? Whatever you enjoy. What's some of your favorites?
I've got a Marshall JCM 900. Head. It's the original when it came out. When it came out, I put the cover on it and I put it under my bed, and it stayed there for 10 years because I couldn't afford the 4x12 cab.
Mm-hmm.
So when I pulled it out, I just took it to a shop and had all the dust and stuff blown off it, and it's worked perfectly. So I play through that. I've got a Black Star 1 amp,
Mm-hmm.
1 watt, should I say. Valve amp, that's next to me. I've got a little Black Star battery at the Fly, the operated one.
Mm-hmm.
Another Black Star cube down there. So I love me Marshalls, I love me Black Stars.
Oh yeah.
The effects I'm using at the moment it's an old one. It's a rack effects. It's a Boss GX700, and I also use my Boss GT8 floor pedal.
Mm-hmm.
I've just done a pedal board with a Digitech Harmony Man 2. I've been after one of those for ages.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got that. I've got my Behringer 32 input, 42 output Eurodesk with my computer, and I use Cubase SX3.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably up to about 10 now, but it's a case of it works well for me, and why should I change it?
Right.
So I've also got a TC Helicon Extreme vocal thing.
Yeah, those are really cool.
My guitars, I've got Yamaha 12 strings LL16. I've got a Yamaha FG450 solid top acoustic, which they discontinued. That's the 6 string. I've got a classical. I've got a bass guitar. I've got my Jackson guitar. I've got my Gordon Smith Graduate 60 guitar. My Brian May Red Special. 4 Gibson Les Pauls. 3 are traditionals. One's a standard. 2000 and 2016. The other one's 2000. The other one, yeah, about 2015 or something. That's 17.
Mm-hmm.
So they're my main sort of gear that I use.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, and my monitors, a KRK Rocket 8s, they go straight into the mixer.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a Alesis SR18 drum machine.
Oh, okay.
So what I've got now, I mean, I've got my iPod in front of me now, and usually what I'll do is, as I'm playing, I'm plugged into my effects. That'll go straight into my mixer, come out of my speakers, pick up on the iPad, and then the quality is quite good. So I just upload it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So have you ever been in any bands, or are you in one now, or do you just do this as a hobby for fun?
Yeah, I do it as a hobby for fun because I'm a full-time carer for my son. He's disabled, you know. He's 30, you know. So I've been in a couple of bands, but never got to do gigs as such. And it was okay, but I kind of liked setting up my studio and doing everything here myself. So, I mean, at the moment, I've just bought a book on bass guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I can play a bit, but I want to play properly.
Yeah.
You know, because when I do songs and I play bass on it, it's more than simple, and it's not good enough. I need to learn how to play it. So, you know, I just got a book on chords and this. I mean, I know most of the scales and modes on guitar, so obviously, you know, just transferring them onto that, it's easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to learn songs and, you know, that sort of thing, as well as, you know, I've got a couple of mandolins, so trying to learn how to play that. I like things like bouzouki and saz. mandolas, the old sort of Renaissance instruments. There's the sort of things that I'd like to get as well.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, man, it's been really good talking to you. It's been a pleasure. Definitely keep in touch, man. And I think that you're a good guitar player. I've been watching some of your videos and stuff, and try not to fall out of that guitar, that chair anymore. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
absolutely.
I appreciate you coming on, man. I really do. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's been great. I've been looking forward to this. You know?
Man, for sure. All right,
I've met that guy. I've met that guy, by the way, on your T-shirt, Tony Iommi.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. The GMEX Centre in Manchester, they were doing a guitar convention, and I was with a friend, and I said, "Is that Tony Iommi?" And he says, "Well, there's only one way to find out." I went, "What?" I went, "Ask." So I saw this guy going up, and then Tony obviously signed, and I thought, I signed him with his left hand. He is left-handed, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
So I just waited, and I said to him, "Hey, Tony, I said, pleased to meet you." And he shook my hand and I said, "Can I have your autograph?" He says, "Yeah, my bloody pen didn't work, did it?" But the guy who was with him, he just gave me the pen. But nice, there was no airs and graces about him, dead down to earth. He was like, "Take care, mate," And
yeah.
Brilliant, lovely guy.
Yeah, I've always heard that he's a really nice guy. I've always heard that. I've always wanted to meet him. I would have loved to seen them in concert before they done their farewell tour this last time. I wish I could have made one of those concerts with the original lineup, except for the drummer.
Yeah.
I've always kicked myself for not going to that, and I think they came pretty close too. They were in Nashville, and like I said, I'm only like an hour away, but something kept me from going, of course, so I never got to go.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, it's been really nice, and thank you again for coming on. I've enjoyed it, and you keep in touch, okay?
I will do. Thank you too.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Okay, take care.